All right, guys, in today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 things you must do to use hypnotic language patterns to motivate people. Whether this is motivating your team to take action, maybe you're motivating a client to buy your product or service, maybe you're motivating yourself or you're motivating your kid to do something you want them to do. We're going to jump right into it. Now, the first thing is using the word imagine. Now, for those of you who have watched my content before, you know this is my favorite word in the English dictionary. And here's why it's so important when it comes to motivating people. When you tell somebody, hey, this is gonna happen, and this is gonna happen, and this is gonna happen, if you take action, part of their mind will not believe that that's true for them. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're motivating one of your team members to take action on whatever it may be, making phone calls, doing door knocks, or whatever the case. If you tell them, hey, when you do this, you're gonna make X amount of money. Well, part of them will say, well, yeah, but I don't know, I'm not 100% sure. Now, if you say, hey, imagine when you do this, how much money you'll make. Well, now you're not telling them what's gonna happen, and you're allowing their imagination to come up with what happens. You see, the word imagine bypasses the critical faculties in our mind, meaning that whenever we receive information, there's a part of our mind, depending on the information, that will either say, yes, I agree with this, or no, I don't agree with this, or yes, this is possible for me, or no, this is not possible for me. So when you're telling somebody, hey, this is what's gonna happen when you do this, if their mind starts distorting it or it doesn't agree, it will not work. But when you say imagine, you're bypassing the critical faculty and you're going directly into their subconscious mind, which allows them to imagine what they want. So always starting off with using the words imagine. Now, the second thing we must keep in consideration is pain versus pleasure motivation, okay? So what this means is humans are motivated to do things when we want to avoid some type of pain point or when we want to experience some type of pleasure. Now, the thing is, with pain motivation, it's really, really strong. However, it's inconsistent. So you can get somebody to take action right away and they'll be highly motivated, but it's only gonna last so long. So that's where we want to intertwine pleasure motivation. Hey, what are we working towards? What are we going to? What is that big picture, the carrot that we're chasing? Now, by combining the two, pain and pleasure motivation, not only will you get people excited and motivated to take action now, you will also be able to sustain that motivation over a long period of time. So we want to think about, hey, what are the consequences if we don't take action on this? And what is the reward when I do take action? So remember, when you're talking to people, using pain and pleasure motivation to motivate them. Now, the third thing is, and this is probably the most important, is when you're motivating people, you want to motivate people using their language. One of the biggest mistakes that people make when motivating their team, motivating clients, or whatever, is they're motivating them based off what motivates them, right? So if I'm a family man and I'm talking to a single guy and I'm telling him about how important it is to build his future for his future family, well, that may not be the biggest motivation for him, right? Maybe he wants to go after and date cute girls or something. Well, I need to understand that about that person and use that to motivate them to take action and do better. So what we want to do is identify with our teammates, with our clients, or whoever the case may be, what is their motivation strategy, right? What makes them tick? So we want to find out, hey, what is their pain points, right? Why do they come to buy my product or service? Why are they at this job? Maybe they're at this job because they hated the other job because there was no freedom. Or maybe they hated sitting in traffic all day. And that's their pain motivation. And their pleasure motivation is that they love the freedom of working from home. Or maybe they love the opportunity to have uncapped potential in commission sales. So when motivating this person, it's like, hey, if they're having a down and out day or they're not feeling it, it's like, hey man, remember when you used to work that job that you hated, where you had to sit in traffic all day long, day after day after day, and how much you hated that? And then they're gonna go, yeah man, I remember that. Now, how awesome is it that you get to work from home, you have freedom of your own schedule, and you have uncapped potential working in a commissioner sales position? They're gonna go, oh yeah, you're right. So that will titillate their imagination. It will get all the senses tingling to get them to take action. Now, the last thing I'll give you is, I'll give you a bonus. I know I said I was gonna only give 3, but I'll put one more in there, is the order in what you say things, okay? So when you pay attention to what people say, there's gonna be certain things that are way more important than others, right? So let's say you have a parent that's doing something for their kids. That might be one of their motivations, and another one of their motivations could be being able to travel and have fun, right? Well, those don't hold the same weight. So we want to identify the order of the importance, so that way we can use that to get people motivated. Again, we're not only using this for others, we're using this for ourselves. Sometimes when we procrastinate, we avoid, we make excuses, it's because we forget what our motivation is, right? We get stuck in our comfort zone, we get stuck in that gray zone, and we forget, hey, what is the pain of what we used to go through, and what is the pleasure that we're going towards? Here's how you combine all of them all together, okay? You're gonna find out what motivates other people, right? Using their language. Now, here's another point I'm gonna interject here. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, what's the difference between finding a hypnosis recording, say on YouTube or some like $10 or $50 little thing you can buy, and doing a one-on-one session? The difference is that the one on YouTube is very broad language, meaning that it's not specific to you, because certain words to certain people are going to create triggers that get them to take action, where as opposed to using those same words on somebody else wouldn't cause that same reaction. So using their language, right, in the order of which is important, making sure we add the pain and then the pleasure, and then also using the word imagine. So it would look like this. Imagine having to go back to your old job where you were stuck in traffic, your income was capped, and you were just doing the same thing that you hated every day, right? You don't want to go back there, do you? Okay, again, I'm using imagine, I'm using the pain. Now, imagine how cool it is that you get to work from home. You don't have to sit in the car all day long. You could wake up, go right into your office. You can make uncapped potential working in sales, and you have the freedom to make your schedule and do what you want, right? You're getting them to look at the pleasure of like, you know what, you're right. And that gets them excited. Again, I'm using their language based off what they say. And then the order to go even deeper, it's like, hey, look, take action, do this for your family, do this for your kids, go the extra mile so that you can, whatever, take them to Disneyland, buy them a new, whatever, bike or something. So by combining all these things together, whether you're motivating people on your team, whether you're motivating people in sales, whether you're motivating yourself, this will give you intense motivation, and then intense motivation to take action now. Guys, lastly, before we go, every week, as of right now, this may change in the future, I don't know, but every week I do a free live hypnosis session where I hypnotize you to take action now in your business and in your career. So if you're in sales, you own a business, you're like, dude, I'm working hard and I know I have more potential, but something is holding me back from getting to that next level. Go to the link in my bio and register. You're going to see it right there. Also, for those of you who are like, you know what? I don't even need to see that. I just want to talk to somebody. You can book a free consultation by going to the link in my bio as well, or in the description. So like this video, subscribe to the channel. That way you can get more content like this. We'll see you guys in the next video.